on Fire Radio. Anytime, anywhere. On Fire Radio.
Fire burning in my soul.
Anytime, anywhere.
Touching lives, renewing minds, impacting nations. This is Renaissance Friday. Touching lives, renewing minds, impacting nations. This is Renaissance Friday.
Okay, guys, good evening. A wonderful evening to everyone out there, to all the listeners who have joined us online and also on YouTube. I just want to say a wonderful Friday evening to you all. Thank you for joining us once more. Obviously, this evening, I am your host, Patricia Bogle, again, here back with you with Renaissance Friday. Obviously, the show is jam-packed with all sorts of goodness because, trust me, our guest is lit, trust me. So guys, go ahead. I'm going to encourage you. Go ahead, share the link with your family, your friends, share it with everyone. Whoever is in your contact, share it on your WhatsApp group, share it on Facebook, on Instagram, whichever social media platform you're on this evening. Go ahead and share the link. Trust me, you don't want them to miss out. You're going to get a lot out of this evening. Trust me, you're not going to regret that you've joined this program this evening. Instead, something about this conversation this evening is going to ignite the fire within you. So go ahead, share the link, share it with your friends, your family, your loved ones, whoever it is. Go ahead and share the link. Wonderful for you to join us back. Also, remember, you can hook us up. You can catch us on Instagram. You can also catch us on the YouTube page. But this evening for the live show, we're in studio and we're here on YouTube. And you can also join us on the radio app itself. You can download the app from the App Store, or you can go over there as well in Marpe Assembly webpage where you can connect from the radio from there. So if you type in Marpe Assembly into Google, it takes you straight over to the Marpe page, and from there you can pick up the radio station. Just go ahead, download also the app, Marpe app. You can find it in the App Store. Just type in Marpe and that will pop up. Obviously it's a purple logo, so look out for that. Share it with your friends, guys. Just make sure that you don't move this evening. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. I've seen already that there are people online. I just want to say a massive good evening to you all. I've seen Richie online. I've seen Judith Small online. I've seen Sister Nadine all the way from New York. I just want to say a massive shout out to all my New York friends and family. And for those supporters over there, just want to say a massive good evening to you all. I've seen Wendy B all the way from Birmingham, and I've seen Latoya all the way from Essex. Good evening and welcome to the show this evening. So here we go, guys. Obviously, we've got to give God thanks because it is Him that has allowed us to be here another evening, and whatever we do it for the glory of God. We ain't no glory thief around here, so we give God glory and give Him thanks for bringing us back to another Friday evening. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. But here we go. I'm just going to play you a song and we're going to be back and we're going to bring our guests on this evening. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. This conversation is going to be lit because I know passions just flow naturally out of my guest when he talks talks about Jesus, it's as if it's as if he just lit. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Here we go. And this is Sovereign God by Peter K.
God is my keeper. God is my keeper. God is my keeper. I wonder, oh I wonder. I look down the road and I wonder how far I was from God. So I buckle up my shoes and I turn it. Yes, I turn it. Yes, I turn it. I buckle up my shoes and I turn it. I turn it. I wonder, oh I wonder. Yes, I look down the road and I wonder how far I was from God. So I buckle
There we go. We can't do anything without the sovereign God. Trust me, we've got to put him first in all we do. So obviously he is our sovereign God. Again, guys, remember, share the link. We're on YouTube, and we're also on the radio station itself, where you can pick up on the Marpe Assembly webpage, or you can go into the App Store, download the Marpe app, and you can connect with us from there. And remember, it's On Fire Radio. So go ahead and share the link. Share it with your friends, your family, and neighbors, whoever it is. Just go ahead and share the link. Here we go, guys. So obviously I've told you a little about my guest, not much, but this evening we have none other than a young man who is on fire. Trust me, when you speak to him, he's just passionate about God. You can just see it all over him. I was privy to be at his baptism not so long ago, back in October, where he shared just a snippet of his testimony. And I thought that, why should we just be selfish for him just to share it in that context? Why don't he come online with us? Why don't he come on YouTube with us and tell the world about what it is, how his journey has been with Christ? Trust me, guys, here we go. It is none other than our own Osasu. Here we go. There we go. Good evening. Good evening, Osasu. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Can you see us?
I can see you guys.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for honoring the invite as well. Obviously, you were meant to be here a long time ago, but nothing happened before the time. So I take that in consideration. And trust me, you're looking handsome this evening too. I must say that before we start. Thank you so much. So here we go. You're live. You can just go ahead and greet the people. Let them know.
Hope everyone's cool. Literally, they were just going to really speak about me and how great God has been and the journey in itself. So we bless God. I hope the whole Marpe is there, and I hope everyone enjoys literally. Yeah.
Okay.
Am I there? You guys hear me?
Yes, you're very clear. Trust me. They're liking the video already. Don't worry. They're liking it. I'm monitoring it from this end. Yes, man. Yeah. Thank you and welcome. Thank you for joining us. It's been great. So, obviously, I've just heard a snippet about yourself. Obviously, our guest doesn't know you. So tell us a bit about who Osasu is. Obviously, this evening is titled Grounded, and that's just from a result of what I've seen. Just a snippet, just a brief preview of what he has shared on his baptism testimony. So obviously he's here. You'll hear it from him himself, not me. So here we go. Just tell us a bit about yourself.
So at this time of life, I'm someone who's just deep in my walk.
Yeah.
I'm an East London boy, originally from Newham.
Yeah.
At this point in my life, I'm currently just, in my career, but I work in finance, I do accountancy.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm called to do. That's the career that God has called me to enter. So I'm currently just quietly working there, just climbing up and really learning the things that God wants to learn and just going there how I'm going, literally. And then, I'm at this moment of time in life as well, my walk is very, it's always very important, but it's every aspect of my life right now, literally.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting. As we get into things and we talk more, we will speak more on the transformation and how it became that, and why it is. But yeah, if I'm honest with you, when a lot of people meet me nowadays, I say to them, you might find me boring what I'm going to say to you, because I might look like, yes, I'm similar to them, and I might look like I was similar because of how I was before.
Yes.
But all I'm going to tell you now is that I'm in my walk.
Wow. So it sounds as if there has been sort of like a massive change in comparison to what. So okay, then let's step back a bit then. So let's step back from your early onset then. So were you born into it? So how did the journey start? When did you get saved? And how did the journey start?
Okay, so sometimes you can have a family that they go to church.
Yeah.
You understand? But that doesn't mean that you come from a Christian home.
Yeah.
So if I'm honest, man, my mum tried to she got us into a Catholic school. And where we're from, that was the best thing to do because that was the best school in the borough. So, got a Catholic school, St. Bon's, and it was one of the greatest decisions she made. But there, you know, started off as a Catholic. I done my Holy Communion. I got, you know, christened there.
Yeah.
So went to Catholic primary school, Catholic secondary school, and then also there was like a Baptist church that my mum would go to as well. So then my mum will make us come there as well with her. It just wasn't that deep.
Yeah.
And one thing some might understand about Nigerians is that in Nigeria, it can actually be just a culture to go to church. It doesn't mean that it's real. Some people can go to church and not believe in God.
Okay.
Yeah, so my going to church when I was younger, not to believe it, not to say she didn't, but it was more just, we need God, let's go to church.
Okay. So some people would probably describe it as it's just something associated with church or just a religious practice. Yeah,
it's a popular thing within in some cultures. Do you understand? You know, like from where, like, as a Nigerian, it could just be, you know, Sunday where, you know, we all come to church, we praise God. Yes, God is real, but you know, we're praising Him, and after we talk and you meet your family friends. So yes, we church and God is there as well. So let's go. So then all these things will accumulate. Why one will go, but for me, that isn't it isn't a divine encounter. It isn't a revelation of God, and it isn't a true belief that you're actually going to the house of God. Yeah, so that's literally how it started. So I was going to church in that way.
Yeah.
And so my brother. So me and my brother were 3 years apart.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was going as well. And you know, in church you always have someone who got divinely appointed for you, to be there for you, to divinely on. And I wasn't necessarily interested in that. I was interested in reality. For some reason when I was young, I always I don't know what it was. I had something in me that I was hungry to know about God. So all I needed was for me to know that it's real, and that's it. So I could go to church sometimes. I could feel things. I thought, like, I want to know more about this, and the desire to really know so much here made me think that you might be called to be like a priest, because you know Catholics are priests, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I shut that down quickly. I didn't really want to think about that because
you weren't entertaining any of that.
Because in my mind, that means that there's no fun.
Okay.
So it's like, so the way I look at it is, you know, sometimes when you know there's a potential truth to something, but you try every trick in the book to make sure that truth doesn't come to your face.
Yeah.
Because once it comes, you know that's the end of it. You're in.
So you were trying to dismiss it.
Yeah, so, and even as a young person, my mom will ask me sometimes, what are you going to do when you're older? I'll just randomly say, I'm going to be a priest, and we'll all start laughing. I'm not saying that's what I'm going to be. I'm not saying that that's only if that's what God wills, in it. But it's just so that I kind of felt something for Christianity and for God from a young age. So that was the case now. Now, I had a little brother who's 3 years, and we have an auntie in our church who, at a young age, because he was probably more naughty than I was when he was younger, but he got saved when he was in year 7 or year 8.
So who is this? Your brother?
Yeah, my little brother.
Okay.
So how his one happened is that he encountered the aunt in church, and she saw that he, in Bible study, that he liked to ask questions. He wanted to know truth.
Yes.
And she showed him some things, and he prayed and stuff, and he basically encountered the Holy Spirit. And his life changed. On year 8, he was born again, saved.
Wow, that's awesome.
And you know, there's sometimes when someone's young in it and they get saved and they had that one encounter in their heart and they flow for the rest of their life in that way, and then gradually at a certain age they go fully. But he at a young age started indulging in things like fasting.
Yeah.
Started cutting off social media, all these things. He started getting revelation of how these things are defilement to his soul and stuff.
Wow, and this was at the age of, because that year 8, that would be around the age of 13, isn't it?
Yeah, so he was year 8, I was in year 11. So even sometimes in the house, we'll be playing some music and stuff, he'll come and switch it off and that, and it'll cause a fight, like.
Yeah.
We did. Like one time I woke up when I wake up, I might be listening to music, and my brother Christian one day said, "Why do you wake up?"
Yeah.
And the first thing you listen to is, "Why are you?" And I thought, is he alright? He's my younger brother, and he's there questioning me like this.
Yeah.
So I told him, listen, don't go there. Don't. Just I respect your thing. Just go with what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I always had that fear. Like when I saw my brother doing his walk, I knew it was genuine, and I knew as an older brother, never make your brother. He's his own man.
Mm-hmm.
Never on what you're on, or show any disagreement, or make him feel away about what he was on. But he's a strong guy anyway, and he believed in what he was on, and there was no telling him otherwise. So whether I liked or not, I was going to worship, and I was never getting away with anyone worshiping.
That's good.
So, yeah, that fear was always in me.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah. So anyway, I started seeing ways in which he was taking his walk. He will pray. Then one day he sat me down, told me some things that were happening. Like he was getting revelation at a young age, so he'll pray for certain things. It felt him to pray about something. Something might happen to mum or dad, and then he'll go into their room. He will pray, and what the spirit showed him will happen was going to happen. Then it happened, and then he prayed, and it didn't happen. Told me that he was so into the spirit to the point where he will be going football training. The Holy Spirit telling him training is cancelled. He will still go, and his football training is cancelled. Already, that was it. I was talking. I'm looking at my brother like, and I'm not gonna let that slide. Like, I'm interested in what you're talking about. This is serious stuff you're talking about.
So you were seeing the tangible evidence of what it is that was going on with him.
Oh yeah. I could. That's always been something in his life that that I could see. I could always see God's moving.
Wow.
So that obviously had deposited a seed in me. So that okay, something's going on there.
Yeah.
Then, obviously, but we're still living life, and at a young age, you know, sometimes you're more interested in the matters of the world.
Yeah.
More peer pressure going around with you and your friends, and
yes,
want to live up to that kind of manhood sometimes. And
yes,
mind is so clouded and busy that to focus on the kingdom isn't that easy.
Yes.
Remember when I came at 24, I said it to one of my friends. I was like, I've always wanted to be able to get away from everything and just do this God thing, just do it.
Yeah.
And I said, finally been granted this opportunity. And that was the age of 24. But yeah, before we even get there,
yeah,
that's how with my family and with my brother, at that point, yeah, was granted. And yes, this is it. This is where I felt Pentecostal. So there's a church in that was going off. Like when we say going off, was a church that a lot of people, guys, families were going to.
Yeah. I understand the slang. Yeah, the church was going off, just like how Marpe is going off.
Yeah. It was going off. My mom told me. My mom at that point, she was having a issue at work, so she was trying to go to church heavily in it.
Yeah.
And she would even leave her church and ask her friend what church is she. You know, when people are looking for the help from God, they go to a church that they say that the presence of God is there and so on.
Yeah.
So, church embarking. My mum, that's how they say my name. That's fun. Yeah, I'm going to church. Do you want to come? I said, why? What's? She goes, just come. So we got in the car. Me and my mum went to church together. Second, we stepped in that church. I'd never seen worship like that in my life.
Wow.
Like, I'm used to Catholic church, you know, we sing the hymns quietly and we're cute.
Yeah.
I was seeing grown men and women worshipping, hearing bass, drums. Me, young guy, shy guy, like, what do you mean? I'm not singing. I started singing in the church that day.
You started singing?
Like, after some time I said, I can't hold this. This is lit. Like, I want to worship here as well.
Yeah, because that's the thing about worship. You can't get into an atmosphere where the glory is absolutely thick and you stand there. Trust me, I know they said we shouldn't judge, but trust me, in an environment like that, your hands or your knees hitting the floor or something is happening. Yeah.
So, and by the grace, there's some people there's some worship teams, when they're strong with their bass and they know what they're doing, it's going somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, at that point, like, I was touched by that service.
Wow.
To the point the next day.
Mm-hmm.
That was it again. I didn't go to church again for what life just went on. I didn't go to church again for a minute. But that church, should I say? Mm-hmm. But that was something that was so inside. I then knew what African Pentecostal church was like at that point.
Okay.
So
you had both. So you had a taste now at both sides.
So I'm showing you the small snippets of things, the subsidiary things that were just happening sometimes.
Yeah.
So obviously, that whatever, not whatever, but life went on. I was in college now.
Mm-hmm.
On Fire Radio, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
Living life, literally, like just going about life and so on. Quiet period from the God thing, so not really heard anything of it in that way. Going to church still, thinking about the world and so on. And I remember I turned 17.
Mm-hmm.
Got a skin condition on my face that I was smoking about.
Mm-hmm.
That was quite serious. It was just suddenly my skin, like the pigmentation was changing colour a bit and stuff.
Yeah, so this is at age 17.
Yeah. So that was I'll be honest, that wasn't a nice thing.
Yeah.
So obviously that happened, and that was a struggle. So I had to use medicine to control the thing and so on, and that irritated me. The reason I'm speaking about that is because that was the seed to me experiencing the supernatural a couple years down the line.
Okay.
About my baptism. So at this point, I've gone to uni now. I went to Coventry University.
Okay.
It's funny because Marpe is in Coventry. I never went to Marpe in Coventry.
You were sent to Coventry.
but I know Coventry. That's why it's funny, because I know Coventry well.
Yeah.
So I went to Coventry University, and I remember it's like I went to the hospital, and went to the doctor because this skin thing was getting out of hand, and it's 10 times not nice when you're talking to nice girls and you're thinking, gee, like if I was at my peak here, it would, like, you know, the level of engagement will go.
Yeah, you're setting the scene.
You know the kind of engagement you used to get before, so it's like,
yeah.
I've gone to the hospital now, and the doctor, this is something like you might have for life.
Wow.
It doesn't look me plain in the eye. To me, that it doesn't go. This is something that you have for life.
Wow.
I'm thinking, if this life, like I switch, things can just change. That's it. Remember, I was tearing up going home that day. I was tearing up, and I was upset. But obviously, just get up in it and keep going with life. The medicine, was helping, so on. Now this is where it started now. So it's the second year now. One day it was me and I think 3 of my boys.
Yeah.
Those. And they were just talking about God. Now, one of my bros, he's Ghanaian. His grandmom, very spiritual woman. He started speaking about grandmom, like how she had conversations, how she prays, like how he started in Ghana and she came hospital and tears were coming down her eyes, but she wasn't crying, and she told the doctors to get out because they said he's going to die and they can't even send him back to London. She prayed and he got well. I've never heard these kind of things before. Do you understand? I've not. That you're point blank telling me God is real. Like, it's no longer I felt something in church and it felt good, but I'm hearing about a miracle. So at this point, I'm there I'm there in my ways, but in my head, they don't. Like I said about them, they didn't know what that was doing to me. Spoke about so many things about his family, how the devil tried to do this and do that, and the way they prevailed by grace and sicknesses that came, and how they prevailed against that by the Lord's mercies and grace. That's what it takes for me to hear. And not to say that I jumped off, but it was divine.
It ignited something in you.
Planted, and I remember. So, and then it's like, so. Not to say anyone there was spiritual, because we were sinning. But we were sinning. So happened that we had a bad conversation. So, and then another friend will speak about, his mum and so on.
Mm-hmm.
We were walking home. This was me and my friend Joseph. You know Joseph Marpe.
Yeah.
Me and Joseph lived together second year.
Okay.
So we're walking home now, and he's just literally, I just asked him questions like, because he knew about the biblical thing in more depth, and I was asking him like, yo, like, how do I want to know more about this thing, like, what do I do? I'm asking him questions. These are cute questions I'm asking my bro as I'm walking home, But walking home like 5 a.m. in the morning, like, and he's like, just giving me direction a bit about the word and so on, and just saying, yeah, you have to pray, man, you have to pray. Just saying encouraging things to me. From that day, I thought, let me read the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Started reading the Bible in Coventry a bit, just reading it from Jeff. When I started seeing that this person was going for too long, I said, listen, let me read about Jesus. Where's Jesus?
Okay.
So
I wanted to cut through all of that and just get to knowing Jesus himself.
I thought the Old Testament was a bit too long for me to. For the life, I'm not always going to be reading the Bible. I'm living a simple life, so as I get grasp for something, went straight to the Gospels. Matthew, that was my favourite book when I first started. As I was reading through Matthew, the miracles, and yes, we know about miracles because in primary school, Catholic school, you read it. But when you're reading at a certain age for yourself, it's no longer like a primary school fairy tale. You're reading it and being filled. And one line touched me. If you believe and have no doubt, you receive whatever you ask for in prayer.
Yes.
The skin problem here, like, I said, you know what? If I'm going to read this word here, and I'm going to say I'm going to come and hear about this Christian thing, if I do things, I do it properly. It said, if you believe and have no doubt, you receive what you ask for in prayer. Yes. I said, God, I practice this belief and faith. What happened? And literally, I don't know, it's a little down there because I read the word heavy that it told me. I practiced that act of faith and I started getting healed. I saw my skin, the issue was going. Wow. And this was going on for. And then after that, it started coming back. And I was trying to exercise the faith, but it wasn't working. So I thought maybe I was going mad. Like, this thing wasn't really happening. Like, maybe I was just excited and I was going mad. And then I came back to London again, and I had this encounter again. Because I left Coventry after second year, I transferred to London.
So hang on. When you read that word, you basically take that literally and applied it.
I didn't play no games. I applied it literally to myself. If you believe, have no doubt, you see whatever you ask for prayer. And then I blocked out all thoughts of doubt. That was just a grace that I could do that. I blocked out all sorts of doubt, and my skin started changing.
So what did you have to block out?
So now, okay, so in believing that there's always but it's still there, or you're scared, you have doubt, you have worry. It's just the worry. That is doubt already.
Yes. So
actually believe it means that someone can ask you, is that in your face, and you say no boldly and you believe in it. You actually have to believe. So obviously at that point, you're limited in revelation. You're just taking a word, but there's so much more to that.
Yes.
But there was a grace for that to be exercised. And then after some time, it wasn't working. But the grace was that as you were reading the word and trying to get spiritual, you were being filled by the Spirit, which gave you capacity to operate in that way. You didn't know that. I just thought that I read it. And I understood what it meant with logic and applied it. So of course, fast forward, that wasn't really working anymore. Then I remember when I came back to London, I remember I left second year. When I left Coventry, I went uni with quite a lot of friends that I was support with and so on. When I left Coventry, came back to London, I remember I started doing uni in London. I was at home by myself more sometimes. I was by myself. That kept me away from, a sinful nature more. But also, I started just reading the Bible by myself.
Yes.
And I looked at this skin thing and I said, this thing has to get tackled. Like, the word is saying this. That time it worked. I remember I went deeply, couple days. I prayed, read the word deeply. Then I said, it's now or never. Let's go.
Yes.
Came back, looked in the mirror, the skin condition was still there. But I said your words will even have no doubt you receive what you ask from prayer. And this was ongoing. I stayed strong in it by grace. And the skin condition started going. And it was true, it was going. It was gone. That was healing. Now my brother developed, which we now know is a spiritual thing, innit? He now developed the same thing at my age, when he got to my age, kind of thing.
Wow.
He's gone through the same process. And I'm at this point, we're under this revelation. I'm telling him, alright, listen, this soap that they give us and that, let's get rid of all of this.
Yes.
This revelation in it. He applies the same faith. He's healed.
Wow.
At this clarity, you're not going mad. It's two of you.
Yes.
So at that point now, I had that miracle working, and it was working because I didn't know the spiritual implications to why this was happening. But the law of faith was overpowering that certain thing that was in place that was making it happen.
Yeah.
So at that point,
manipulation.
Yeah. So at that point there, I was we were walking in that miracle for quite some years. I was living my life for sin. And God, I won't lie, it was the hand of God was still upon my life in that way. Until it was. And God, that's why God is so merciful. One of the things He showed me recently is that before you came to the point you are now, remember that I was always still here. So don't forget that my hand has been upon your life all the time, whether you're in or out. God's hand was upon my life.
Yes.
So obviously that was a seed to me knowing, okay, cool, God thing, real strong. I know about it. I know God, because God performs for me daily. So I know about it.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of passion and love for God at that point. Still living in sin, and then it was on the gradually God started making me drop out certain sins. I remember online. I'm not gonna just talk.
Wow. Boy, you've shared, you know what? You've shared so much already. Trust me. Oh my gosh. Yes, let's continue. Let's flow.
So, hit 22 now. And at this point, I was, enjoying life, innit? Like, hustling. That's what we're saying and so on. And cool. At that point, you understand, in that way of life, quite exciting, having so much fun.
Yes.
Good. Like, enjoying life.
Well, so you thought.
So I thought. But in the flesh, wherever I was, do you understand? And I would obviously bear in mind I've had conversations about God and I've experienced God. So now that I'm having conversations around the bush sometimes about God. Yes. I'm having conversations like, God, you are experienced. Like just going back, enjoying it, but going a bit deep. You let them run for a bit and you embrace it because you know it's real, and then you go. Yeah. There was a point where I think God sent some people around me to really convict me about some sins.
Yes. Wow. All that thought. Because we want to hear about that conviction. You've shared so much before, trust me. Even the bit about your younger brother and how he has sort of like inspired you on that journey and his lifestyle, and how he was just worshipping and the revelations that he will get at that early age. Trust me, at the age of 13, trust me. I wish if I was doing that. I can't remember what I was doing. But that's great. That's really great. We're just going to take a quick break and we'll come right back. Remember, guys, that you're right here. That we're right
on
here.
Fire Radio.
Fire Radio.
Anytime, anywhere.
Renaissance Friday.
Renewing minds. Impacting nations.
We'll be right back. Here we go. We're just going to play you a song. Here we go.
God bless. Hey boy DJ, representing Try God Records, you know what I mean? And we are telling them for Try God, you know what I mean? You try everything else, and everything else fail.
Guys, trust me, you don't want your family, your friends and stuff. I just have to interrupt that to tell you guys to make sure you share the link. Share the link. I've seen that there are other people join us online. I've seen Tammy Peters online. I've seen Leanne. I've seen Charlene P. I've seen China Sue as well. I've seen Sister Stella. I just want to say a massive shout out to you all. I've seen also my sister all the way over there in Jamaica. I've seen Sister Sundise. I've seen Kobe Kingdom. I've seen Tanika and also Colin. I just want to say a massive shout out to you all. Here we go. Try Jesus.
I mean, I say Jesus Christ never fail. Forever ill. You try everything and everything fail. Try Jesus, you can't you say him fail. Hope you have a sniff, feel you have a inhale. Try God, tell them say my God, hey. You try everything and everything fail. Try Jesus, you can't you say him fail. Whether you feel down and you lock up in jail. Try God, tell them say my God. And you try everything, no I God you fit try out. Me my marriage keep in my youth. Any man they want me know what try your badness. End up in a jail and the one of them die out. Sell out your soul and see it all of youth. Ball out to Lord Jesus you fi cry out. Remember the Lord and be a part of your life. So you can't go through and leave the most of youth. You try everything and everything fail. Try Jesus you can't you say him fail. Hope you have a sniff, feel you have a inhale. Try God tell them say my God, hey. You try everything and everything fail. Try Jesus, you can't you say him fail. Whether you feel down and you lock up in jail. Try God tell them say my God, my friend you always do party but at church time no. Come as you are a full time now. You know you say the Father can't stop bleach on the street, go church at night time now. Tell me Jesus sweet and me want you fi try him out. My God good me want you fi find out. Man shall not live by bread alone, but the word that proceedeth out of the Most High mouth. You try everything and everything fail. Try Jesus you can't you say him fail. Hope you have a sniff, feel you have a inhale. Try God tell them say my God, hey. You try everything and everything fail. Try Jesus you can't you say him fail. Whether you feel down and you lock up in jail. Try God tell them say my God, but them I wonder what me a serve the Father for. Yeah, me a use and a link him from afar. So nobody dress up in a Kevlar armor for. Hellfire hotter than the muffler on a car. So anytime me feel blue like Avatar. Anyway you see me remember me and the Lord apart. And me now go a hell fi no be man no. Me rather go heaven. You try everything and everything fail. Try Jesus, you can't you say him fail. Hope you have a sniff, feel you have a inhale. Try God tell them say my
On Fire Radio, anytime, anywhere. On Fire Radio.
Whether you feel down and you lock up in jail. Try God tell them say my God, hey. You try everything and everything fail. Try Jesus, you can't you say him fail. Hope you have a sniff, feel you have a inhale. Try God tell them say my God, hey. You try everything and everything fail. Try Jesus, you can't you say him fail. Whether you feel down and you lock up in jail. Try God tell them say my God, hey.
There we go, guys. So therefore, we've got to try Jesus in all we do. Make sure, guys, I've seen that your flags are going up. I've seen AR Vlogs over there as well. I've seen Latoya all the way in Essex running around. I just imagine all the dances in your environment. Trust me, I just want to say, make sure you share the link, guys. We don't want to miss this testimony. Someone out there must be impacted. Someone out there must hear about this story and said, you know what, I'm going to try Jesus also, just like Osasu did. Based on his little brother just triggering certain thoughts within him, you know, and just provoking him. Trust me, we're going to hear about the next bit. Here we go, Asasu. We're back in line. We're back. Okay, if we just pick up on where we've left off. Wow. So what happened next now?
So at that point, living a life of you're comfortable, you know the prayer that God, you understand me, like you understand that, you understand my heart, and so on. I was praying this prayer, prayer. God actually loves us and he's so merciful. Because if you want to, you actually come and hear you. Say, okay, but we'll now make time where what you're saying, Lord, you understand my heart. He will say, I'll give you opportunity to stop doing this now.
Yeah.
Or I'll give you revelation about this and so on. So that came eventually, and my relationship with God has been so genuine. Thank God.
Yes.
So obviously at that age now, I remember. So I had this female friend she was on fire for God those times. She was trying to make me come to church for like 1 year. I wasn't trying to go to church.
Really?
Like,
so you went AWOL?
Not even that. Do you know I was still reading it, but I just wasn't trying to go to church.
Yeah.
I tried to go to church. But she was, for 1 day, she was trying. And we was at dinner, came to the dinner, just feeling nice, I'm living the lifestyle I'm doing and so on.
Yeah.
And she just goes,
so hang on, what's this life that you, hang on, let's touch on that. What's this life that you felt that you were living? Because, yeah, what's the life?
It was more of a, how do I say it? It was a hustling lifestyle. Let's just keep it that way, yeah?
I think the viewers are going to want to have a little preview of what was going on because we keep hearing about this life, but as for we know it's one life, so we just want to know what different life.
It was something that was very common. It's very common. It's a common thing. I wasn't selling drugs in it.
Yeah.
Probably in the South. But very common. Cool. She just kept it real with me. She goes like, yo, like, you're going hell. She told me you're going hell. Like, she kept it real. She just said to me, you know, like, you're going hell. I went, the way she said that to me, it hit my chest.
Wow. So she told you you're going hell.
That I don't know what entered her this conversation.
Wow.
She won't negotiate. She told me like, she just smiled in my face and told me hell. Like, as she was saying hell, I was stuttering like, cause. Wait.
It looks like the viewers ain't letting you off, you know. Guess who is I've seen Amara online and she's saying also to spill the beans. And I've also got Jeffrey over there as well, you know, and Stephanie A is saying you better flow. So I don't know, it sounds as if they want to hear about that live.
Anyway.
Yeah, so this young lady tells you calmly and firmly and consciously that you're going hell.
Yeah, so she literally, she was serious. Like, she looked me in the eye and said, like, you're going hell.
Wow.
Like, she, I don't know, that's the only level of content she had in that conversation that day. Then there was another brother, a friend that he was speaking to me that time. He told me, stop this hustle, you know, because like you're saying you know God, we're talking about God, but you're still doing the same thing. He was sticking it on me as well.
Wow. So were these people saved?
They were on their walk as well. He was at that point he was going heavy. She was going heavy.
Yeah.
He made me come up, went back 2 weeks later.
So you met up on two radical people that was just telling you straight up that you're going hell. Yeah.
So after that, I remember that day, so I'm done. I'm not doing no more, I'm done. Some people laughed at me. Like, go through that phase. You will go through that phase. God, it's okay. Don't worry, he'll wake up. So that happened. You know me, like, by grace in it, sometimes when I make a decision, I make a decision.
Yes.
I don't make decisions quickly, but if I'm going to make a decision, I'm going to really sit down, think about it, and I'm going to be convicted. I like to be someone that if I'm doing something, I mean it and I believe in it.
Yes.
Even though whether right or wrong, if I'm doing it, I believe in it. So if you ask me, I can say yes.
Yes.
So at that point, that was it. I couldn't do just that level of conviction I received then. That was God. That was spiritual.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. God was gonna always use someone that period of time. If it wasn't those two, he was gonna use someone else because the way the message came, it was too strong.
Yeah.
To the point where I tried to test the message, in the sense where I tried to go back. I remember I called a couple of my friends. We set up this thing, about to proceed and go. They were all in, and I said, I'm not on it, man. I'm not on it no more. And the guy goes, make up your mind what you're on, like what are you on? When my friend spoke to me, then I thought it even hurt me. Like, it's embarrassing because you've come like with this, and then you have to say no.
Yeah.
And like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, if you're that even that conversation, I would have to have that conversation in my head.
Yes.
And that was a test. That was basically a truth to know for me to know that, bro, like, you really did hear from God there, you know. That it's time to leave that. So that was a decision at the age of 22, and it was just that particular thing. And God started working in increments. He didn't tell me to leave. Obviously, sexual sin is sexual sin and it's wrong, and the spirit that is wrong. But the pressing for that didn't come then. The grace for that came later, and that was 2 years later where I knew that I was for that.
Yeah.
God is to a certain level of chastisement now, and to be present, and I will even get there because some stuff happened before I even had to make that decision. But obviously, at that point now, leaving that house and so on, obviously I started moving away from some friends. Wasn't always around the same friends.
Yeah.
And always around the same social group because you're different now. And in the beginning, devil sent so much peer pressure. You have people calling me, yo, this and that is happening, this and that is happening.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, what? The second I just walked out, it's going here and here.
Yeah.
And by grace, I knew my decision was my decision, and it was ordained by God, and I knew that that's not your life, that's not your life, man.
Wow.
Just let it go.
Wow, isn't that a good thing though? Because sometimes we stand for nothing and everyone can just come and tell you what to do, and you're easily swayed by it and persuaded by it. And the people that are actually telling you these things themselves, they're not even convicted by anything. So for you to take that stance at that time, you know, out of that conviction, out of that young lady and that young man just coming to you, the young lady was quite right. If you hadn't changed your ways, you'll be going to hell. But saying it so straight up, sometimes people would be like, oh no, you guys are too radical, or, you know, that's too much. You've got to water it down and sort of like fit it into there. You've got to contextualize it so that it fits within the right environment and it comes out right. But straight up, if we're sinning, we're going to hell, including myself. So we need to fix up.
You know what? Shall I tell you the thing about me? Always in my life, yeah, the one thing that touches me, yeah, is, you know, I don't play with truth. I just can't be that person in it. So it's like when I know the implications of something, where I've been shown truth in a certain way, or I know that God has spoken it was a certain thing, I can't really rest in it.
Good.
If me to someone different to what I know, it's hard. So that when that truth came at that point, she kept that. No one was telling me I was going to hell before that. Like, the God understands. Everyone was saying God understands.
That you know what? That's a dangerous thing, you know, because we try to compromise, or we try to cover up our compromises by saying, you know, yes, God understands, grace is sufficient, and all of that stuff that we use to make ourselves feel better about what it is that we're doing that we know are so wrong, you know?
Yeah. So at that point, made that decision, and had to get used to it. Slow down now to get, you know, start working again and all of the stuff. To humble myself, slow down and come, you know, what they say, normal guy in it. And
what did they say? No more what?
Normal guy. Do you understand? Like, you're a good guy.
Yeah.
I had to slow down and so on. But there's nothing better than hearing the voice of God and knowing that God has got you to you. And child, at that point, it's like, what is too big to give up?
Exactly.
Come to me, and he showed me that I'm his. So, what is too big for me to give up? What is too glamorous, or what is so lit for me to be around? God is here. Like, he's spoken to me. And in my life, there's always, I didn't know what it was, but in the world, there was always an emptiness. Because I'm too curious. What's this life about? How long we're going to be? When we die, what's going to happen? Who do you belong to? people get sick. Why do people get sick? What's the reason for this?
Questioning.
And that came on me. The second that, I started encountering spiritual things and knowing God's real, that my peace of mind, that's what I need in life. I need peace. So that brought me such peace, and I was with this thing. A lot of my friends, are walking in the faith now, but they weren't walking in death. They were still living their life at that point. So it was a lonely thing. They come now with all the joy now, but we didn't start together.
Yeah, because that's the thing about your journey, when you're surrounded by people who are not in the same thing with you, sometimes it can be a lonely place, because they want to go that way and you're going another way, and sometimes you come across as being weird or unsociable, or you're not with them anymore. But it's not like that. It's because you've got to separate yourself, because how can you still want to indulge in all that? And yet we said that we're Christians, we've got to surround, our environment must be surrounded with people that look like where it is that we want to go,
Exactly. So that one there, that's a whole nother story. You will continue having that battle as long as you're a Christian.
Yes.
Always enter certain conferences. You always enter problems in that sense.
Yes.
Someone will ask you why you're not drinking. I don't drink no more. Become a problem. That's a whole nother story. We could be here for 10 hours.
No, trust me, because I'm just watching the time as well. But obviously the people online, they're engaging, they're interacting as well. I've seen, what's its name? I think Chin was saying that they were lacking wisdom, and also I've seen Amara saying they're abusing grace, because how we do a thing and they're like, oh yeah, grace is sufficient, grace will cover it. No, we need to wake up and stop it. You're going to hell. We need to stop sinning, all of us, including myself. So we're going to hell. Sin takes us to hell. It's a pathway to hell. There is no other way. Asisu got his from that young lady that says, look, you're going to hell, and that triggered something in him. So obviously, you're God understands as well. The hustle, laugh out loud. Is that Aaron? Yeah. No, he doesn't. He sees it, and he wants us to come away from it. He wants us to come out of our sinful ways and come and serve him in spirit and in truth, not in that mess. So go ahead, Asisu. Obviously, we're going to round up for today, because we're back here next week. What it is that you would like someone online, I don't know who it is, you might be few, doesn't matter, what it is that you would like them to take away from today. Go ahead.
The walk is personal.
Amen.
Yeah,
just
hold on.
That.
Yeah. Okay, so, no. The walk is personal.
Yeah.
The walk is lonely, but it's your only truth.
Wow.
So, when God has called you, and when God is summoning you and taking you into a personal space, it will be worth it. It will be worth it at the end, and try your very best to dwell in that place with God. Even if you fall, it's your only hope. It's your only hopes, and it's your only truth. It's your only try, and the glory to come from it, and what God is willing to do in your life is beyond what you think or believe. But the premise is the first foundational relationship of love.
Amen.
So, and why I mention those things, and why I want everyone to take those things, is to let people know that the small things that no one sees in the beginning, like I've spoken about my beginning stages and all the things I was encountering there.
Yes.
People like those, literally, when those things are happening in your life, that is the way that God is shaping you into your destination.
Yeah.
Hold on to those things, and hold on to that intimacy and love with God. Appreciate those things, and let God make you who He wants to make you.
Yeah.
So that's why I've mentioned that, because I discuss those things with such passion. I've mentioned those because those things are emotional
on
things.
Fire Radio, anytime, anywhere.
Emotional things, and the next one anyway, we're going to talk about deeper things and so on.
Yes.
Deeper things.
Yes.
But those things there, literally, your walk with God is all you have.
Yeah.
And God is it makes the love of God is so deep and personal. So literally, I just want everyone to, those moments those gradual moments, I want everyone to, you know, reflect on those things and hold on to those things and let God build on it. That's what I want everyone to take from today. Literally look into the personal moments of when you first encounter God, where He made you have certain things and how He made you encounter it or hear it, and look at that and yield with the trajectory that the Lord has for your life. Literally. So yeah, that's what I want to give.
Okay, fabulous. Wow. Obviously, Asisu spoke about his earlier age, and he spoke about the brother as well being a very influential part of his life and of his journey, his Christian journey, and helping to shape him in that sense. And I just want to leave with us this evening 1 Timothy 4:12, and it says, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you're young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, and in faith, and in purity." Can you imagine that brother wasn't doing that? Irrespective of him being young, you know, it doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter, because sometimes we're dismissed because you're young, you know? And then Psalms 119 and verse 9, it says, "How can a young man stay on the path of purity? By living according to the word." So when he spoke about separating yourself, when he spoke about having to come away from certain friends and stuff and certain of the environment, that is important on this walk, you know? Just like he said, that young lady told him, "You're going to hell." I hope he's not, and I hope I'm not, and I hope that you aren't either, you know? Yeah, so we hope not. But trust me, you've left us with some words of wisdom. Being a young man, you're grounded in your faith, and it's absolutely amazing to see that. Continue on your journey, and I know that God has got great things for you. Thank you for joining us this evening, and I look forward to next week and rounding up. And I know that we're going to go deeper into some of those things that, you know, your online listeners are saying, let's go there, you know, spill the beans and all of that. So Amara, if you want to hear the beans spill, you know where you got to be next week, Friday, at the same time, isn't it? And you know you've got to bring your friends, your family, your neighbors, and everyone also. Tell the entire crew in London, yeah, I'm not sure which side of London you're from. Tell them that we're here. Asisu is going to go deeper later, and he's going to spill all the beans. So it's important for you to be here, yeah, because I'm not sure that we're going to keep it up online. So they've got to be here in person. They've got to be live, okay? Anyway, it's going to be live, and it's going to stay on. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us, Asisu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think before we go, Amara is still over there as well. What's she saying? Yes, I shall. Okay, Amara, I'll hold you to that. When you come online next week, I'm going to call the register, and you've got to identify who you've brought on the live, okay? You know I'm going to call you out, don't you? Okay. Anyway, have a blessed weekend, everyone. And before we go, here we go. It says Jason Mighty, and Jesus is bigger. Trust me.
Prodigal son. Jesus mighty.
Jesus bigger than what people say.
We are bigger than that.
Jesus bigger than what people say.
Unfathomable.
I hear them talking.
They don't have a clue.
Hear them running up their mouth. But you're bigger than what people say.
Glory to your name, God.
Hallelujah. Magnificent God.
Jesus name mega magnificent.
Dragon big God.
Jesus name mega ginormous.
Magnanimous.
Mega magnificent, you magnanimous.
Jesus bigger than what people say.
Ding it, ding it, ding it.
Jesus bigger than what people say. I hear them talking, hear them running out their mouth, but you're bigger than what people say.
They don't have a clue.
Jesus bigger than what people say. Jesus bigger
universe, him bigger than that. Grave who no hold him bigger than that. Raised from the dead, him bigger than that. Him bigger than that. So him big like the world, him bigger than that. The whole universe, him bigger than that. So infinite, him bigger than that. Bigger than that. What a God big! None to compare. You alone, God.
Nobody can put him in a no man. Not even they could have hold him in a deep grave. 1, 2, 3, and the third day in grace. Confess and repent, and you must get saved.
On Fire Radio, anytime, anywhere.
Yo, hear that of yours, make them hear. Don't be stubborn, don't be left out. Prodigal son. Well, in 1999, me sing the first gospel song. I wish the fellow DJs come along. And the new millennium, now me a revive the song. Still a prayer, me knees me them on. Well, I wish to see Vibes Cartel get saved and start preaching gospel, tell the thugs them behave. And I wish God save Buju Banton and let him out of prison, make him sing gospel song. I wish God do that call Movado, make him sing gospel song with the nice vibrato. Yeah, Popcorn me warn you, try no bother run when Jesus call you. I pray for God save Alkaline, move the lens from him eye, cause the devil make him blind. Conscience, time you find your conscience, cause the fire down a hell can't cool, can't quench ladies heart. You me know you know better, and that's why you say Jesus are the Messiah, Dexter Daps. Go read Psalms 11, verse 1 down to 7. Jesus alone can lead you to heaven. And I wish the Chronics find back him first love. God know say Jesus are the real God above Taros. You is a youth we can trust. Submit to Christ, cause time serious. Gully Bob, me know you about 60 catch. Give Christ your life, cause time you know bad. Junior Kang, me not lie, me love all your song. From a not Christ you say, me I tell you something wrong. I still a wish them would have done this slackness and start to create some conscious lyrics. Still a wish them would have done the foolishness, but them can't meditate without a big ganja split. Still a wish them would have really do this. Go pick up the Bible and go let him at it. Still a wish them would have understand this, and them soul Satan and target. Me still a wish the bounty killer get saved. Mama Ivy would have shout hallelujah from the grave. Octane, the girls them call you atras, but the girls can't save you from the hot wax. Them marker got the whole street turn up, but if you don't take the narrow road, you won't get banner. Yo version, go read the King James version. In a real life, Fish and Paul get saved. Me a wish for multi-platinum gospel songs. Them a register. Shaggy, what that you a pre? When God a call, don't say it was me. I did it down ya. Dash where that style they follow that sound ya. The messenger of the agent Sasko. If you don't repent, then you know how that go. Watch out for this, busy watch out for this. God a call you to surrender or watch out for this. I Shana, she a behave like the woman at the well. Repent, young lady, you're not a Jezebel. Tifa, Jesus I call you from the lowest place, and when you hear him voice, don't negotiate. Him protect your heart more than your phone case. Your soul a sick where Jesus did over. And what do DEM? What do the PM and the GG them? I wish the all of the world leaders look to Jesus and not the media. Too much opinion without the Father. Consult with God or face disaster. I still a wish them would have done this like this and start to create